Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. With me today is Dave Camwell, here to talk a little jazz performance coming up here for the Troy Arts Council. Dave, thanks for joining us here today.
It's my pleasure to be here.
And as I mentioned, we're going to be talking a little jazz because you got a combo performing for the Troy Arts Council, the return of live music here on campus. Obviously, this has got to be a great opportunity, but a fun one for you as a performer. But before we get into some of those details and some of those feelings about this performance, tell us a little about the performance itself.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, it's been the first performance in a long time, so we're looking forward to that. This is a performance of the Alabama Jazz Collective, which is actually a big band. There's about 17, 18 people that will be here. So you've got a full sax, trombone, trumpet, and rhythm section. And it's made up of some of the finest jazz performers in the state of Alabama. And so it's actually a relatively new group and one that was formed in COVID, as many things are. And this is going to be the group's first performance.
So first performance together. Now, have you been practicing working together, even though it's the first performance? Has there been like some in-person rehearsal stuff like that? Because I know you're big on doing a lot of the virtual stuff. So
that's right. Although with a smaller, more manageable number of people with some of the other things I do. But yeah, so over the summer, this group met a couple times in Birmingham. Everybody sort of came into the middle of the state, and we had several rehearsals. And so yeah, we're ready to go. We've got some fantastic music, really something for everybody. We've got Count Basie, recognizable tunes. We've got some more modern things, but it's all sort of toe tapping stuff and things that is very accessible and will just be fantastic, not only as really the return of live music, but something that really, there's music for everybody, a great thing that you could bring your family to.
And of course, the opportunity to do this for the Troy Arts Council, who's had their issues with COVID like everything else, because they had to cancel a lot of performances, a lot of shows over the last year. But now this is your opportunity, the group's opportunity to kind of bring that in and be able to do this for the Troy Arts Council to open up their calendar of performances this year.
Yeah, absolutely. As I think we've talked about for the Troy Arts Council, our first canceled COVID show was Chanticleer back in March, when all of this really started affecting the country and the world to a very serious degree, and all those, from that show further on, canceled. Mm-hmm. So this really does mark the return for the Arts Council to have some in-person, and we have some great events coming up. Please check out troyartscouncil.com if you're interested in that. But yeah, this is really, so it's a lot of firsts. It's the first live concert in a while, certainly sponsored by Troy Arts Council and its benefactors, and it's also the first live gig of this exciting new ensemble.
And talk a little about, as a performer, that opportunity to be able to get back on stage and get up there with the ensemble and to be able to do what you work all your life to do, and that's perform for folks.
Yeah, well, it's obviously something we're very much looking forward to. It's something that feels in a way like going home. We've had all this extended break, of which you can do other things. You can, there is the virtual thing, but I don't think any musician certainly would say that virtual overtakes or really kind of draws a candle to live performance. That's really, the rush you get on stage is just such an amazing natural high as a performer, and it's something that we've trained for, and that it's really the arts, I think, in general, but particularly for musicians, performance is really just a part of who you are. It's not just something you happen to do. It's not something that you stop thinking about it when 5 p.m. comes and you go home. It's sort of just an embodiment of really who we are as people and as artists, and let's just be honest, it's fun. Okay. We like that too.
And I'll say, but the next level is for it to be jazz, because that's, performing is one thing, but then jazz takes it to another level because there's so much play off of each other in jazz and that back and forth in that live performance, because there is that spontaneity that associated with it. So I know that's got to be another level of it as someone who plays jazz, to be able to be in a live environment and to be able to play off of other musicians there.
Yeah, I mean, the quintessential part of what jazz is improvisation, and it's kind of hard to do that just by yourself. I mean, part of the fun is to, take an idea that someone throws at you. It's sort of like tennis, or, like they lob an idea and you've got to, turn it and twist it a little bit and make it your own and send it back. And it's really this innate, wonderful musical conversation. And yeah, we're looking forward to doing that. It's a return to what we hope is a new normal, a careful normal, a safe normal, all of those things. But we hope that the citizens of Troy support this concert, come out. It's free. You can't be free. And it's really just a wonderful event for the whole family, and I would encourage everybody to please come out.
All right, location and time before we let you go?
Absolutely. Crosby Theater on the Troy campus, Tuesday, August 24th, 7 p.m.
All right, here's hoping folks take advantage of the Night of Jazz and Claudia Crosby Theater. Thanks for joining us, Dave.
Thanks so much.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.